and sync video to clap. You know how it goes. Hey, how's it going? My name's Joe Allen, I'm an independent creative and I've got a new website to share with everyone. So my website is kind of like a central hub for all of the content I produce. It's got my blog as a main focus, there's my portfolio, and then there's also methods that you can use to contact me. So over the past couple of years I've had a dark style to my website, and it was a way to make images stand out. Images generally stand out a lot better when the background is darkened. But as I started doing more and more blog posts, I kind of felt like a lot of people maybe weren't reading the content that much because it was hard to read. Light text on dark never really works that well. So this was how my old website looked, and you can see it's got the dark theme and the blog is the home page. There's a large featured image at the top, and then there are categories for each of the sections of the blog that you can see along here. On the post page itself, you can see there's a large featured image, then there's the content, and along the right hand side we've got the sidebar of further links and further reading. And then at the very bottom there's the comments. Now I actually found that this whole design and everything was a little bit cluttered. So on the right we've got things that are interrupting what you're reading on the left, and there's just a lot going on. So on a post such as this where we have list images, you can see that there's the text and the image and they just kind of flow in line with content. Now if we head to the portfolio, you'll see there's a featured project at the start, which is a large image. Then we've got the thumbnails for all of the projects for photography, interactive and design work. Now I felt that there's actually a lot of projects to look at, and I wondered, do people actually look through much content? You click through to a featured image and we've got the project. All the images are just listed here with the description and sharing to the right. And then there are links at the bottom to the previous project and the next project. So my new site is completely redesigned and rebuilt from the ground up. It's taken me quite a while to build, but I'm very pleased with it and I'd love to share it with everyone here today. So I've had quite a few different versions of my site. This is actually the 10th version I've had in probably about 9 years. So I filmed a lot on GoPro and did a lot of time-lapse, and here's a little montage of the whole process of all of the late nights that went into producing this new website. So this is my new website. You'll notice that at first we're greeted with the blog, and you can see that as I scroll down the header just disappears and you can focus purely on the content. So we've got a lot of posts up here that are brand new. So there's a lot from Offset, which is a creative festival in Dublin. I really recommend going to it, it's super inspiring. And then when we get to the bottom we have my latest posts on Instagram. So you can see these, they just load up and click through to Instagram if you want to go and follow me on there. And of course you can subscribe to my newsletter and follow me across all other social networks from the footer. So if we go to a post, I'll show you the post shown on my old design but in the new format. You'll see how it looks. So we have the header image, which is like the last one, large across the top of the screen. You notice that as we scroll it just scrolls over it, and we have the title, any metadata, any media such as photos or videos, they break out from the content. So generally all of the content sits within the center. You haven't got any distracting sidebars, or there's nothing else in the way other than what you're looking at. Hopefully this new design means that people will find it more comfortable to read my content and to see photos and just generally get an idea of what the post is about without having to try too hard to read it, if that makes sense. So we've got images here, and images can have captions, we have content. Other images and links break out from outside of the grid, so they really catch your attention, and hopefully it allows you to skim through and then stop to particular points that you want to read. There's generally just a much bigger clarity on the content. Everything's just much more engaging. And of course you can share posts as you go through, or go on to some recommended posts that are similar. Leave a comment if you like, and the rest is the same throughout the rest of the site. if we jump to the portfolio, you'll notice that as I hover over the navigation, I can actually jump directly to particular sections. That's the same with the blog. I can jump to particular categories. So if we go to the portfolio, and if you remember on the old design, there was a series of image thumbnails for each of the projects, whether it was photography, design, or interactive. What I've done now is I've separated the portfolio into its own categories so that if you come looking for photography, you can go straight to it and not be distracted by anything else. It's less overwhelming and more direct in what you want to see. So we've got photography, interactive design and development, and then filmmaking. I've actually merged interactive and design together just because generally what I work on these days is a lot of digital content. Most of my design work is digital based, so it's less of a separation between design and interactive. So if we just jump into a category, let's say interactive, and you can see that when this category section loads, we have a featured project at the top, which is nice and prominent, and then we have various other projects here as well. So let's have a click through into Egmont, which was a large project I did last year. And you see that it's very similar to the way that the post pages work in the blog. So the portfolio now kind of tells more of a story. So you actually go through and you see the way that a project formed and all of the pieces of media that made up the project. So you can have text within images, running inline. This could also include video and multiple other images. And at the end, you can then share the post and of course go on to further posts that are similar. So there's a new section on my website which was briefly there in the previous design, but it never really worked that well, and that's the availability. So up in the menu bar you can see when I'm available for hire, and that's either for design or photography work or anything creative really. And you see that you go through and it shows that I'm currently available and places that I've worked and some sample projects. You can also scroll to the bottom and you can submit a message here for me to respond to you. I do generally get quite a lot of messages, but I try and get back to people as quick as I can and go from there. It's worth pointing out that this website, along with my previous 3 designs, have all been responsive. That means that they work just as well on desktop, tablet or mobile devices. So if you scale down the window, you can simulate how that looks. And all of the content just flows to the center and everything is still there, nothing's cropped off. So that's kind of it for my site design. Go check it out and see what you think. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out my new website and take a look around there. There's plenty of new posts on there. And you know what? I've finally finished my Tokyo photos. They're up in the portfolio, so you can go and have a look in there. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about it, either on the website itself or on this video. And of course, as always, subscribe to my channel for new content and stay up to date with all the various social networks that I'm on. I've actually got a new Facebook page, so you can go and like me on there if you prefer Facebook, or Twitter or Instagram, or you know, you can go and find me on everything. I don't mind. It's perfectly fine. And one final thing. So my channel's been growing quite a bit recently and I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers, which is just blow me away. Honestly, I know it's not many to a lot of people, but for me it's huge. And when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I've got a video planned to show finally what's in my camera bag. So if you share this video and get it up to 1,000 subscribers, then I will make that video and share it with you guys. So thanks for watching and I'll see you again next time. Alright, cheers, bye bye.